The old man sat quietly by the fireplace, letting the warmth crawl slowly into his hands. He held the mug for a long moment without drinking, just feeling the heat and listening to the soft crackle of the logs. Outside the window, the night was pale and heavy, the sky clouded like an old memory refusing to clear. You know, he said softly, as if speaking to the fire itself, when you get old, you start remembering things you didn't even know were still inside you. He leaned back, eyes drifting somewhere far beyond the room. When I was younger, I thought growing old meant getting wiser. And maybe that's true for some folks. But for me, growing old has mostly meant remembering. The mind becomes a wandering traveler, walking roads you thought you left behind decades ago. He exhaled slowly, watching the breath move like smoke in the warm room. In the mornings, I sit by the kitchen window with my tea, and suddenly I'm back in school, sitting beside boys who are now grandfathers themselves. I hear their laughter, the way they teased each other, the way we believed the world was bright and wide and waiting for us. Funny how memory works. Those scenes feel clearer than what I had for lunch yesterday. He chuckled, but the sound carried a hint of tiredness. And when the evening comes, especially in winter, winter does something to a man's heart. It makes the world quieter, so your thoughts grow louder. The cold sneaks in, and with it come the old faces, friends, teachers, people who drifted away like smoke from a chimney. Sometimes I'm not sure if I miss them, or if I simply miss the person I was back then. The firelight flickered gently over his features, softening the deep lines on his face. My phone buzzes all day with noise, opinions, arguments, everyone shouting their version of truth. It's strange. When I was young, I chased justice too. Thought I had the answers. Now I'm not even sure what the questions are. He rubbed his thumb over the rim of his mug. You get old, and suddenly the world feels like a room where the furniture has been moved. Same place, different shape. And you, well, you try not to bump into the corners. He smiled faintly, but still, winter nights have their comfort. The cold air outside makes the warmth in here feel earned. The quiet gives you space to breathe, slow, steady, honest breaths. And in that silence, the past feels close enough to touch, but not close enough to hurt you. He shifted slightly in his chair, listening to the wind pressing gently against the window. Sometimes I wonder where all my classmates ended up. Some must be laughing in bright kitchens somewhere, surrounded by family and noise. Some might be alone, like me, letting the winter night speak to them. And some are memories now. He paused, not in sadness, but in simple acknowledgement. Getting old isn't a tragedy, he said quietly. It's just another season, a colder one, maybe, but also softer than I expected. He looked toward the door, where a thin draft slipped in beneath the frame. So I sit here, by the fire, thinking of things I haven't thought of in 50 years. Faces blurred, voices faded, yet somehow they feel more real than the present. And I suppose that's all right. A man's past is part of his warmth, especially in the winter. The fire crackled, throwing a handful of sparks upward, and the old man closed his eyes for a moment, as if letting the memories drift through him, slow, gentle, like snow deciding when to fall.
Winter night I walk alone and wonder where my classmates roam. Are they laughing somewhere warm or hiding quiet from the storm? My phone is loud with borrowed truth, sharp as knives I knew in youth. I chased a justice once before, but now I'm lost, unsure of more. Winter night, the memories stay. Old familiar scenes replay. I drift like smoke in dim street light, a fading song in a winter night. spin. I'm not sure where I fit in, but in the cold I breathe it through. The past feels close, the world feels new. Winter night, the quiet coast. Snow is waiting for its fall. And here I float, too tired to fight. A shadow soft in the winter